Ladies and gentlemen, a school teacher had a Black Lives Matter banner in her classroom. Well, the school decided to discipline her, put her under investigation for unrelated mess, and then they put her in the warehouse. Clear retaliation, right? Well, that school system now has to pay her $300,000. Let me bring your attention to this new settlement in the Duval County school system. The Duval County School Board will pay a former high school teacher who displayed a Black Lives Matter flag over her classroom door $300,000 to settle a lawsuit from earlier this year. Let's put up a picture of this nice young teacher. Her name is Amy Donofrio. There she is. A remarkable teacher. I've done a lot of research on her, very proud of her, by the way. She's a former Riverside High School teacher, then Lehigh. She said she was unfairly removed from her teaching position in March. She made national news saying administrators told her to take down the Black Lives Matter flag and that had been hanging over her doorway. She refused. She said no. The district temporarily reassigned her to warehouse operations and said she was being investigated for several matters. Okay, that is what they do to effective school teachers like her. And I'm going to get into why she was so effective. The Southern Poverty Law Center, who represented Donofrio, said the reassignment was an effort on the school district's behalf to retaliate against the teacher and also violated her right to free speech, okay? This is her with some of her students. She's a very engaged school teacher. I got that from a Facebook page, okay? This month, the Duval School Board voted to reach a settlement with Donofrio that would prevent the case from a years-long court process that could potentially cost millions of dollars. Though we know we haven't done anything wrong, these are taxpayer dollars, according to a board member, Warren Jones. Separately, her teaching contract was not renewed with the Duval schools. Records show that the school board agreed to pay a $300,000 settlement with $240,000 going to Ms. Donofrio and the remaining $60,000 going to her attorneys. Now, let me bring you to an organization that she works with. It's called EVAC, EVAC, okay? EVAC is Cave Backwards, and it is a reference to Plato's allegory of the cave. A story of prisoners chained in a cave since birth until a liberator enters to unbind their chains and lead them to the light, tasking them with the responsibility to return to liberate others. This is a peer-led organization. Young people run this organization. They run it. It is peer-supported, peer-led, right? Well, this remarkable teacher, she's a catalyst for this organization. Every year in her high school leadership class, this teacher, this amazing, remarkable, and engaged school teacher who was retaliated against, she has students read The Cave, analyze the chains created by their traumatic experiences and how to break free. And doing so, students in our class began bravely sharing their stories, bonding in realizing their shared experiences with violence, loss, racism, and the justice system. I got that information from their website, evacmovement.com. Remarkable work they are doing. And this school teacher is connected to all of this. Ms. Dahl, what are your thoughts here? Retaliation is a no-no. She got paid for it. They're saying that they aren't admitting to doing anything wrong. How do you see it?
Well, people only really pay out lawsuits when they know that at least likely they would lose in court. And the reason why they would, we're talking about free speech a lot today, is that she has a protected free speech, and that's what that sign is. The school does have an argument because it is a little bit more, schools are able to restrict free speech a little bit more if they claim that it interferes with the education. Most of the case law actually has to do with students, not teachers. But my former professor, the constitutional scholar Erwin Chemerinsky, says it very well. How are students, if a school is supposed to teach free speech and also simultaneously deny free speech, right? And that's kind of like a question here is legally, they were probably not able to do this, why they paid out. But why were they trying to restrict this free speech? How are you teaching the children to be able to speak out and protest certain things when they're gonna fire a teacher for doing exactly that?